The Los Angeles Lakers came out with a lackluster effort against the Houston Rockets, and it led to them getting blown out in that one in their second game of the Grammy road trip. What's good, y'all, and welcome to another Lakers Digest video. I'm your host, Okechi Apakama, and before we get into that game recap, guys, I want to bring your attention to something. There is 90% of you guys who have recently watched our videos who are not subscribed to the channel just yet. If you guys more that Laker news, like reactions, trade rumors, game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest to make it your hub for all of it. And now with that out of the way, let's hop straight into that game recap, guys, as the Lakers lose big in Houston. So, this game really felt like a 2 steps forward, 1 step back, as the Lakers really had a nice showing against Golden State Warriors in that double overtime game. It was a really good team win. They did have big performances from guys like LeBron James and D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Davis, but then a lot of the other guys were able to step up, guys like Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura in spots, and also Austin Reaves. He didn't shoot too well in that one, but he had some big moments. But in this game, the Lakers' two biggest issues reared their ugly head once again, and it was their transition defense to go along with their defensive rebounding, as they gave up a myriad of second chance points to the Houston Rockets. And that is just a recipe for disaster for the Los Angeles Lakers, especially when the team does not have the requisite energy and effort in this one. So let's just take a look at the stats for the Los Angeles Lakers. As start with AD, he had 23 points in that one, 7 rebounds, about 2 steals, 2 assists, and a block. And then D'Angelo Russell had about 23 points, 5 assists, not on super efficient shooting, as he shot 8 for 19 from the field, only 3 of 12 from 3. And then LeBron James had a nice solid game, 23 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. Austin Reaves was pretty forgettable in this one, only had 8 points. Taurean Prince, more on him later. He only had 5 in this one. Hachimura had a nice game off the bench with 16 points, 5 rebounds. And then also Jackson Hayes had put in some pretty good minutes in that fourth quarter there for the Los Angeles Lakers. But besides that, everyone else was kind of pedestrian in this one. And like I said, it was just the Lakers' energy and effort from the jump. They really did not have it, as once again the Lakers opened up in a hole, because they gave up 40 points in that first quarter, and they ended up giving 78 points in that first half. And then that has just like a lot to do with the Lakers' just lack of energy and effort, especially in that first unit, where they haven't been getting the much needed boost that they get. Because in recent games, it's actually been Jared Vanderbilt coming off the bench and really inserting his energy and effort and really changing things around for the Lakers, as he's been starting to get healthy and really starting to play the way that he is used to for the Los Angeles Lakers. And then his offensive game is starting to expand out a little bit more, with him cutting more, and then him taking smaller matchups and really taking them to the lane, and then him getting fouled even some more, so getting him to getting to the free throw line. So Vando's energy and effort ended up being missed for the Los Angeles Lakers, as in the second quarter there, he picked up 2 technicals within a matter of almost like 30 seconds, as Dillon Brooks, the nuisance that we all love to hate, really showed his ugly head once again. There was a moment in that game where Vanderbilt got an open dunk, and then he got pushed in the back by Dillon Brooks. Jared Vanderbilt was pretty upset about that, because, you know, if you're any basketball player at any level, and if you're in the air and you get pushed in the air, that's a very scary moment, because you don't know how you're going to fall. So it was understandable that why Jared Vanderbilt was upset, why he was pushed in the back. That's why he got that first technical against Dillon Brooks. But then again, Dillon Brooks kind of like led into his antics, and so he kind of walked in front of Jared Vanderbilt's path, and then Jared Vanderbilt tried to smack the back of his head. Obviously, the ref saw that. They gave him a second technical, and they threw him from the game. And was a real disadvantage for the Los Angeles Lakers, as, like I said, he's been their number one energy and effort guy. So much so that there's been a lot of Laker people calling for Vanderbilt to be in the starting lineup, because once they don't have that type of guy who can really get after it on the defensive end, but also not only that, just be a guy who just kind of just is everywhere, it seems like. even on the offensive end, getting to offensive rebounds, getting to loose balls, just doing a lot of the energy things that you want a guy who's not a non-shooter to do. So the Lakers missing that essentially for the rest of the game was a big minus for them. And so with Jared Vanderbilt out, the Lakers were playing a little bit more Torian Prince and Rui Hachimura. Hachimura did have a nice game, but like the Lakers were just down by so many points. At one point, they were down as much as 30 points. I think it was in the third quarter they went down by that much, and it was just not a good effort. As Anthony Davis said something after the game that Johan Buha of the Athletic caught, and then he said that his groin injury flared up a little bit in the second half, and he wasn't able to move the way that he is accustomed to on that end of the floor, and that really hindered the Lakers as well. Because if you want to take a look at actually these hustle stats, because this is, I think, the real reason why the Lakers lost this game. And if we look here, the Lakers are on the left, the Houston Rockets are on the right. So for instance, offensive rebounds there, the Lakers only had 4 offensive rebounds compared to the 14 that the Houston Rockets had. And then look at those fast break points, which is another one the Lakers usually lead in when they play most teams. They did not tonight, as the Houston Rockets had 29 fast break points compared to the 15 the Lakers had. And then the 68 to 56 advantage in points in the paint. The Lakers are a team that generally dominates in the paint because they have guys like LeBron James, Anthony Davis. But the Houston Rockets were really taking it to the Lakers, especially in that area. And also, just one more thing on that list there. As you see, the Lakers had 4 technical fouls in that one. And that could also change the way the game is, as that's 4 extra points, essentially, for the Houston Rockets. So the Lakers really lost their way in that hustle stats. And then they let a little bit of Dylan Brooks antics and just a couple of things kind of get to them. So that led to the technical fouls, the technical free throws. So when you don't have that requisite energy and effort, and then you take away Jared Vanderbilt, who a guy who is the main thing he does is provide that energy and effort. And then when the guys don't really just have it, it seemed like they were kind of like sapped from energy from that double overtime game that they had. But that shouldn't be an excuse for the Los Angeles Lakers, as we are in the thick of things here in the NBA season. We are approaching the trade deadline and approaching All-Star break. So this is the dog days of the dog days of the season. So they're gonna have to be on it, especially in that energy and effort department, because that's where a lot of games are gonna be won, especially against some of these younger teams, because they got those young legs. They're willing to run and get up and down the floor. But the Lakers have got to match that some of these points, or they're going to lose these games like they did tonight. So that was a whole issue for the Los Angeles Lakers. And that kind of like brings me to a little bit of my next point here. And it's like, is there more trouble on the way? So the Lakers, this was the first night of a back-to-back. They're going to fly to Atlanta and play the Hawks tomorrow night. So that's going to be a whole thing for the Los Angeles Lakers. Are they going to be able to have the energy for that game as well? Because it's going to be on the second night of a back-to-back. You're traveling from Texas to Georgia, so that's another couple hours flight on you. So will the Lakers be able to do what they need to do? And then also Anthony Davis, as he's probably going to go in tomorrow as being a game-time decision, due to a little bit of the groin issue, or mostly like the hip spasms, what he's been dealing with for parts of this season. It's flared up a couple of times for him. It flared up during that Golden State game. That's why he kind of felt it against the Houston Rockets in this one. So we may or may not see Anthony Davis against the Atlanta Hawks. We shall see. LeBron James did say post-game that he was going to play, but we shall see about that, as usually when it comes to LeBron, it's like, let's see how he feels when he wakes up. So the Lakers could be in trouble for possibly another loss, because when Anthony Davis is not playing, this team looks vastly different, and they usually don't have the guys behind him to give just a remnants of like what AD does on both sides of the floor. So we'll see if he's able to play. And then the Lakers post that Hawks game, they had a Celtics game coming up, which is going to be tough, as the Boston Celtics have been one of the better teams in the NBA. And then also the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden, which they are without Julius Randle, but they're still a very tough team. They really play you tough defensively. And then, like I said, if you don't have that hustle and energy, and then that's what the Knicks do, they're going to lose that game in New York as well. So the Lakers have to find something essentially right now, because if not, they're going to lose a couple of games here on the road trip, which is really what you don't want to do, especially with the All-Star break creeping up here. So we'll see what happens, like I said, with Anthony Davis and LeBron, if they are able to go tomorrow night. And then if the Lakers are able just to clean up this energy and effort thing, because this is really just like, they cannot have these periods of where they're just giving up points in transitions or giving up easy second chance points because guys aren't boxing out and doing the things that they need to on that side of the ball. So we'll see if the Lakers are able to correct their issues here, because I think a simple thing that they can possibly do is probably insert Jared Vanderbilt into the starting unit, but then it also brings questions like what's going to happen when guys are coming off the bench. So just a lot of questions for the Lakers, and we'll see if they're able to rectify that. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think the Lakers' energy and everything, is this going to affect them here for the rest of the road trip? Or do you think the Lakers are going to be able to come out of that and possibly have some good games here and finish the road trip on a good note here? So let us know what you guys think in the comments. I have been your host, Okechi Apakama for Lakers Digest, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.